terms of data visualization and uh, some of the key visualization types. So we will discuss about line chart, bar graph, and then we'll move on to pivot chart and all if we get time for that. And also we will be going through parallelly with in the Excel if possible. Okay, I mean visualizing it in Excel if possible. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So talking about data visualization, before we get into data visualization, what do you mean by data visualization? Anyone? Because we already had one session of data visualization where we practiced it quite extensively. So what do you mean by data visualization?
So predicting the relationship between the columns and henceforth predicting the future occurrences of the of the data, like whether it will occur in the future or nearly going to happen in the future once again, just by studying the data.
You're talking about predictive analytics. I'm saying what is data visualization basically? What does visualization mean? Visualization, this is an application of data visualization. So what basically you mean by data visualization?
By
Anyone
the
want to answer something else?
data visualization, we can transfer the
Visualizing our data in
numerical
the
data
form
to a
of
One by
graphical.
one, one by one. Devarchan, you go first, and next other can the other guy can say after that. Hello.
Yes, sir. The data visualization is the representation and depicting the data we have in various using various graphical methods to reach conclusions and insights about the data, and which will help us giving uh, uh, giving predictions and mostly it is about producing an insight about data using graphical tools.
Okay. The someone else was saying something.
So data visualization means the graphical representation of the data from the unstructured data to a graphical representation, so that you can mean something.
Okay. Try
So
to
we
use
can
the word visual representation instead of graphical. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add on something?
say we can transfer the numeric data with the graphical data so that we can understand more quickly, and deletion of the unwanted data also, null value and others.
Okay. Okay. So basically, data visualization is the process of this is a process of displaying data in a meaningful fashion and provided that the insights that will support a better decision. So basically, data visualization improves our decision making process. So as there is a keyword, I mean, old saying that I guess I have used in previous lectures as well, that a image says million words. So if I have three paragraphs of some data, some three paragraphs of some text which means something, and I just give put a single image, I can represent the entire data in a single image. So just by one visual look, we can like get into the insight of the entire thing. What does that mean? So why is data visualization very important? That will go on later on. At that point, I will explain. So basically, data visualization is a process of displaying data in a meaningful fashion using graphical representation or visual representation via graphs, charts, and all those things. So now talking about why data visualization. Basically, data where the excess of information are overwhelming. So as I was saying that if I have a say three paragraphs of text and I want to analyze and come up with some information from that three paragraph text, there are lots and lots of reading which will overwhelm us. In comparison to that, just looking at this image, if you see that image, you can easily make out that there are 25 is the highest amount. Just the image that is at the bottom of the slide. So 25 is the highest number of highest uh, number of instances. I mean the highest value that is available. It is two times it has occurred. Then there is 22, which is very less. But 22, 21, and 23 are approximately the values that are there. And uh, say 18 and 18 is the maximum number of the like the maximum number of occurrence of a single item is 3, and that is 18. So I maybe I am wrong, but just In a glimpse, just by looking at the image I can see and come up with all these data, all these data. Okay, so this is the power of data visualization. Okay, so visualizing data is the fastest way to communicate to others, and it is a process of mapping information to visuals. So that's why the term is data visualization. So that's why I told you that use the word visual instead of graphics when you are talking about data visualization. Okay, so tabular versus visual data analysis. Tabular data can be used to determine exactly how say if you just check in this table you can figure out that there is a analysis of the monthly sales of 5 products. So from here I can get exactly how many units of certain product was sold in which particular month and compare the products in a single month. I mean, say for example January, which is the product which has maximum number of sales, and everything I can analyze from here. Okay, this is a tabular representation of it. But when we move on to visualization, when we are moving on to graphical representation, when you are we have used a line chart over here. As you can see that you can analyze and come up with trends, finding out which is the product which is having the maximum number of sales and every these kind of details I can easily make out from here, just with a single like just with a single look I can figure it out. If you just go to the previous slide, just see and tell me that in product A, when was product A had maximum number of sales?
August.
Okay, now just a minute. Okay, so product which is the maximum value of product A, and how much is it in I mean, what is the difference between the max value of product A and max value of product B? Okay, now if you just look at this image, you can easily say that I can make like you can see that it is taking some time to figure it out. You need to see the entire data and then come up with some analysis. Over here you can easily make a like not in total in terms of numbers you cannot figure out the entire exact number, but approximately you can figure out that which is having the highest number of sales, the highest number of what is the difference, what is approximately the difference between the highest number of the amount which have the highest number of sales in A versus the highest number of sales in B. This kind of, and the trend which is more important, that is the trend of a product, that you can figure out from here. Okay, so sales of product D is increasing sequentially. So these are the analysis that you can figure out from visualization. Okay,
Okay, sir.
can anyone tell me why is data visualization so important instead of like though it is in data in business analytics, but in terms of generic field in like across all specializations, why is data visualization so important in terms of industrial application?
Because sir, if as far as the decision making is concerned, that's why the
Yes.
data visualization is very much important, because managers need to take decisions based on that data. So that's why it's
Yes.
important.
So, and sir, the managers don't have much time, so they utilize the time by seeing the visual representation of the data, so that they don't have to check the whole table, and they can just see this at a.
Exactly. Uh, exactly. So the thing is, the main thing, what whenever you are joining an industry, say forget about you are a business analytics student. Say you are joining a marketing industry or a finance industry, and whenever you are given any kind of task to do, you will be asked for a report. Okay. So the in the report you have to come up with a presentation or some like a PPT or something, and you will be giving it to your manager saying that this is my analysis based on this. And if you come up with a table and come up with all those highest numbers and all those things, the manager will be overwhelmed basically. And so these kind of situations, these kind of graphs play a key role out there. So they will expect you to come up with different type of graphical representation, so that they not only them, their senior managers can also just get through the entire status of the project in just with a wink of an eye. Okay, so this is the main application of data visualization. Instead of like knowing to Tableau, Power BI, and every kind of data visualization is important. But this is why data visualization, you knowing a great deal of data visualization will give you a very high competitive edge over the others passing out from the same college, or others passing out with the same degree. So you're getting it right, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now dashboard. Before I explain what dashboard is, can anyone explain what is dashboard? Because we have already we have created dashboards. We have already discussed about dashboard in details in the previous classes. So anyone who can say something about dashboard?
Sir, it is a place where the work is done or graphical representation is done.
So we can see all of our experiments or the graphs in one place. That is called dashboard.
Okay. Anyone?
Sir, dashboard is the place where display key performance in the indicator or else KPI are informed and that are seen, sir.
Yes. Exactly. So basically, dashboard is a visual representation of the key business measures. So it doesn't represent all the graphs that I am having. I may have thousands of graphs, but I will put the main visualizations which are important in terms of that particular dashboard. So say for example, I have a sales dashboard. All the key visuals related to sales, I'll put it over there. Even in sales, I may have thousands of graphs, but maybe five graphs are very important and are like very frequently needed. So I'll put those graphs in that dashboard. I will not put all the graphs in the dashboard. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So dashboard provides important information in summarizing the key business information and helps to manage the business process or function. So now moving on to creating charts in Excel. So basically you all already know how charts are made in Excel. Basically you need to go to the insert tab, and in the insert tab in the chart section you will find the kind of chart that you want to visualize. So the line graph, bar graph, scatter chart, and all those things are there over there. Okay, and then there is a chart tools tab. When you are implementing the chart, there is a chart tools tab which helps us to work on the design of the charts. Okay. Any
Yes,
questions so far?
No,
Okay.
sir.
So we'll move on to column and bar chart. Excel distinguishes between vertical and horizontal bar charts. The horizontal bar chart is called uh, horizontal bar chart is called bar chart, and the vertical ones are called column charts. Okay, so this is the basic difference between column chart and bar chart. And a clustered column chart compares values across categories using vertical rectangles, uh, and a stacked column chart displays the contribution of each value to the total by stacking the rectangles. And a 100% stacked column chart compares the percentage that each value contributes to the total. So basically, can anyone tell me how is a stacked stacked column chart looks like? Any idea how a stacked column chart looks like?
sir, horizontal, sir.
No, first of all, horizontal chart is bar.
Sir, one chart and different sectors within that bar. One bar and different sectors is defined within that bar.
Exactly. So basically, if I have multiple, I think I have a visual. So you can see this. This is a column. This is an example of a column chart, right? Can you see the image?
Yes, sir, column chart, sir. Yeah, we
Yes.
can see.
So each and every contributions that are happening over here, you can see there are all employees. There are men and women. So these are like there are three separate columns, right? There are one is in blue, one is in maroon, and one is in green. So if it's a stacked column chart, what will happen? The maroon and green will be one at the top of the other. Is it clear? So maroon and green will not be side by side. One will be at the top of the other, and it will be a single column. So this is what stacked column chart means. And 100% stacked column chart means that you will get the percentages. and overall it will become 100%, and you will get individual percentages of the parameters or the attributes.
Sir, please repeat stack column chart.
Basically, if you see this image, you have this, there are three columns, right? Just a minute. Okay. So as you can see, there are three columns, right, over here. One is in green, one is in blue, one is in maroon, and other one is green. So it's a stacked column chart. What will happen? These three will not be in side by side, but on one on top of the other. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I talk about the 100% stacked column chart, it's exactly same as the stacked column chart, but the difference is that you will get individual percentage contribution of each and every category. So say I will have say it is 6,000 is the total number of employees, and there are 60,000, and 40,000 are men, 20,000 is women. So if I take three in together and form a single column 100% stacked column chart, the maroon and green will be in top of the blue. So blue will be 50%. This maroon will be um 40 I mean it's 120, so it will be somewhere around 45% or something like that, and this this will be 1/6, 33% or something like that. Okay, so this is, sorry, uh, it's 16.6 or something like that. This is the percentage that will be the contribution for this women category. Is it clear?
Sir, if you can show a stack column chart in Google, it will be helpful.
I need to check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just give me some time.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, show by some example, na sir. It is not clear by
Yes, 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 yes.
the
We will do it. I was just giving a brief overview before I start creating some. So just a minute.
স্যার ওই ইনসার্টেই যান না, পিপিটির ইনসার্টের চার্টের মধ্যেই থাকবে স্ট্যাক চার্টের একটা
I will explain that in Excel. So I'm that's why I'm not getting into PPT.
ও না, দেখে বুঝতে পারতো তাহলে কোনটা স্ট্যাক।
Just give me some time. I'm just making it only. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are my sections, like at department or something like that, and these are the gender. So I'll just select all of them, and now I will go to insert. I'll go to column, and these are the options. This is stack column chart, and this is 100% stack column chart. Now can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can also, I'll just explain the difference between stacked and 100% stacked, so that, see over here, both of them are same. It's just that over here you have all the categories come up to 100%, and over here these are numbers. So this is the basic difference. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I click on this chart, I'll get these three options out here. There is something called chart tools that comes up whenever I'm selecting a chart. So you can from here you can like uh, in the design section you can select the kind of design you want to use. You can switch the rows and columns. You can select data, that is if you want to change this data section selection, you can do it from here. Okay, if I want to change the type, then I can do it from here. Say I want to make it pyramid type, I'll do it. It's something like that. Format helps me to make different kind of editings out there. So just give me a minute. So legend, etc., I can add from the layout section. Legend is basically nothing but the titles that are used over here. So we can edit them using this layout section, and in the format section, I can do all the basic formatting, background images, and everything. Is it clear now? Any confusions?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So basically, this is how we create a column chart, and now we will okay. This part we'll go into later on. So line chart is all the difference between column chart and line chart is basically line chart. The visualization is only different. Is just it we the way we plot graphs in our mathematics class in schools. It is just a similar thing. We just plot the xy coordinates and then we just move a line through it. So this is how line charts are made. So it is very useful in displaying data over time. So trend analysis is something that line chart is very useful in. So we may plot multiple data series line charts. Just a minute. Okay. So we can we can use multiple data series in line charts, and that will be that way we can analyze trends pretty easily. If we want to say if we move on to the previous, just give me a minute. If you go to this visual itself, you can see there are multiple line charts, and using this visual we can make out that which product was doing how good and which product is not doing well over time, it is faltering. These kind of analysis we can make from this kind of charts. So multiple line chart plotted in a single visual helps us to figure out trends pretty easily. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, so pie chart. Anyone wants to say anything?
No, no, sir.
Okay, yeah. So pie chart. Basically, pie chart displays the partition. It is basically a circle that everyone knows by now, I guess. Pie chart is a pie share is a circular area which consists of 100%, and it is similar to 100% stack chart, but the representation is different. So we calculate the percentage contribution of each and every categories, and based on that, its particular share in that circle varies accordingly. So data visualization professionals don't recommend using pie chart because in pie chart it is difficult to compare the relative sizes of areas. However, bar and column charts can easily be compared to determine the relative ratios of the data. If we use pie charts, we must restrict to small number of categories because very simple. If I put say 1,000 categories in a single line chart, I mean sorry, not line chart, but column chart, it will the columns will come side by side, right? You see over here, I have 6 items. If I had 10 items over here in the column chart, it will come side by side, so easily you can compare. But if this pie chart has 10 items, what will happen? The each and every contributions of each and every item will be so small that you will not be able to figure out anything. Is it clear what I'm saying, or should I explain it with a visual? Is it clear, or should I explain it with a visual?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, area chart. So area chart is basically it's the combination of the pie chart and line chart. So the area charts represent more information than pie chart or line charts alone, but they may clutter the observations mind too much when we have multiple data series are used. So basically, line chart and pie charts concept, both of the things, the area covered by each and every category represents the area chart. So that's what area chart is all about. uh, Now talking about scatter chart. So do you want me to visualize work on the visuals and side by side explain the charts, or explaining the chart itself will suffice?
So give us side by side visuals, sir. It will be better.
Okay. So I have covered column chart also already. So I'll just explain line chart once. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what basically how we can make line charts, and these are the legends. Okay. So now I'm just adding a few more categories. So now, can you just tell me, excluding these parts, the official, professional, is the visual visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So excluding professional, official, professional, technician, uh, and sales, can you tell me that there is accounts, there is marketing, there is HR, there is procurement and operations. Can you just tell me which one is more, which one is greater and which one is smaller from this visual among the last five?
Yes, sir.
Sales.
Sales is the least.
Yes, sir.
Sales was not there in the category in the first place. I said amongst accounts, marketing, HR, procurement and operations. These five
Oh,
sections,
acha,
which
acha.
is the smallest and which is the
Marketing,
largest?
marketing is the smallest, professional is the largest.
Which one is the
Marketing is the
largest?
largest. Marketing,
Okay.
marketing largest.
And smallest?
And smallest accounts.
How?
HR.
Forget about the data. Just look into the visual and tell me.
No, no, sir. I am looking into the visuals only.
Now tell me.
Yes, sir. Marketing. Sorry, just a second.
Can you even see HR, procurement and operations over here in the image?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now you got the difference. Why I should not have stacked? Why I shouldn't use pie chart when there are multiple? When there is huge number of data.
Yes, sir.
I mean huge
Yes,
categories
sir.
of data. Now
Yes,
just
sir.
see. I'll just make a column chart out of it. Now, now can you tell me over here which is the least and which is the highest?
No, sir.
I need to. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me stop sharing. Actually, the other data has become so huge. These five data have become so huge. That's why this problem is happening. But in any case, if the bar charts the number is very high, then it becomes a problem. Say for 10 also you will not be facing this problem. But if I have 20 categories or 30 categories like that, then it will be a huge problem for that data to be represented in the pie chart because it will be like a very small lines. Okay, is it clear what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but in case of a pie chart, that sorry, in case of column chart, that issue will not happen because those will be represented side by side. I can show you, but it will take some time because I need to work on the data a bit. So that's why I'm not doing it. You can try it yourself, then you'll be able to figure out. Just take around 10 to 12 items, 10 to 12 categories, and then work on it, 10 or 20 maybe, and then make a pie chart out of it and make a column chart out of it. You will be able to figure out yourself. Okay. So now moving on to scatter chart. Can anyone tell me what is a scatter chart basically? Already the image was shown, but
Yes, sir. Sir, all the values were placed in like point wise. It was a line graph, but here it is basically it is scattered, like scattered way of data where we can use a single line, like the median, like the median point. We can draw a single line with an equation, like afterwards.
okay. So what is basically the relevance of scatter chart? Why do we use scatter chart?
So to see how like how closely related or how widely related datas are. Like the data are very uh, whether they are very close or they are apart from each other.
The dispersion of the data, right?
Yes, that's what I
Yes.
was about.
So basically, in scatter chart, using scatter chart, we can figure out that what is the like uh, how dispersed the data are, how the data points are like related to each other, how varying the range of the data is. So basically, scatter chart shows the relationship between two variables, and it can be constructed using just it is similar to xy plotting only. uh, just a minute. Can you see the Excel screen?
No, sir.
Okay, I think I forgot to share again. Just a minute. Okay, so over here, this one was the data that we had. Let me just delete these. Yeah. So over here, I will be able to take two categories. So I'm taking professional and officials. So one official will be the x coordinate and professional will be the y coordinate. And now I'll just go to insert. So this is how scatter plots work. Is it clear?
So can you explain it once more?
Okay, just a minute. Is the screen visible?
No, sir.
Just a
No,
minute.
sir.
Okay. So see over here, I have uh, I have plotted that men, I mean the gender in terms of uh, professions. Okay. So this is basically the dispersion of how the points are distributed. This data is not like adequate for this proper explanation of this, but you can figure out that these are the data points. Uh, just a minute. So it contains the all for professional. This is the all for officials. So this is how they are plotting the points. So over here, this is the legend. So all this is the legend, and these are the categories. So the data based on this the category is plotted over here. So this is basically how scatter plots are plotted. If I get a like proper data, it would have been better, but uh, like this is used for basically analyzing the dispersion of the data points. So for statistical analysis, these kind of plots come very handy. Okay.
So what will happen if we take three variables together?
uh, Three variable. I actually took three variables. Did you see it? That there were all women and men.
Sir, your
No,
screen
sir.
is not visible.
In the officials, professional, that part, if we take three variables, then what will happen?
It will categorize. It will take only the it will be 3 points. It will not take three variables out there. I plotted that in terms of gender. I didn't plot in terms of those three categories. So in there is only two categories for scatter plot. Scatter plot is not applicable for 3D.
Okay, sir.
Do I need to check it once? Just give me a minute.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. So in Excel, 3D scatter plot is not applicable. So we can only have 2D. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The name itself is scatter plot XY plot of scatter plot. So basically you will not get the Z coordinate out there. Okay. Now bubble chart. So bubble chart is a type of scatter chart in which the size of the data market corresponds to the value of the third variable. So as we are talking about the three variables, this 3D is applicable only for bubble chart, where we get the X coordinate, Y coordinate, and along with it there is another value added to it which will give me the bubble. Okay. So kind of comparing populations, or those for comparing those kind of data, visualizing using those kind of data, we generally go for this bubble chart analysis. Okay. In Excel, there are some other categories also, like stock chart, surface chart, donut chart, radar chart. We will not discuss about them, but you can explore it later on. This is not exactly in the syllabus, so I am not comparing getting a like in-depth analysis of these charts. But if we get time later on someday, I will be covering stock charts, surface chart, donut chart, and radar chart. Donut chart is nothing but it's a it's a kind of pie chart itself. So instead of pie chart being a single bubble, it is not like that. It is just kind of a two concentric circles kind of a visual. Okay. Any confusion so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So geographical data. Basically, many application of business analytics involve geographical data. As you saw that in Tableau also we plotted some geographical data out there that day in our previous class. So visualizing geographical data can highlight data relationships, identifying trends, and uncover business opportunities in terms of geographical locations. So in addition, it can the companies like Nike use geographical data and information systems for visualizing where products are being distributed, and how that rates of demographic how that relates to demographic and sales information. So this information is vital for marketing strategies. Basically, how, like, in which department, in which region, which kind of sales, the customer demographic analysis based on geographical location is very important for marketing, like for targeting the audience. So say for example, I am running a marketing company. So I'm running a product company, and I'll be making promotions. The kind of promotions that will work for Rajasthan may not work for West Bengal. Okay, say right now I am coming up with some, forget about the corona part for some time being. Say right now it is August and September, Durga Puja is just about to come. So I can come up with sales of goods. I mean sales of clothing. I can make some kind of promotions in the clothing in West Bengal and adjoining areas. But the same thing will not be applicable in Maharashtra and all. For that time, during the Ganesh Utsav, we can have similar kind of campaigns out there. So geographical location and trend analysis is very important for targeting audiences. Okay, in fact, in airlines industry, what they do, they analyze the kind of uh, regional festivals, and based on that they make their discounts accordingly. They set the discounts for, say for example, there is Durga Puja, so all the flights which will move towards West Bengal will get some kind of a discount. If there is, say for example, Ganesh Utsav, which is primarily celebrated in Maharashtra, then all the flights moving towards Maharashtra will get us some specific discounts. So these kind of things they do in order to leverage their sales. And these things, the geographical data plays a key role in analyzing those things. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are a couple of more things that we'll be explaining a bit. Data bar, color scales, icon sets, spark lines, and camera tool. So I'm just explaining it. So data bar is basically, can you see the visual at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
So data bar is basically displays some colored bars that are scaled to magnitude of the data values. So the more the value is, the more the size of that data bar will be. Okay, as you can see that there is a 3000 product B, the data bar is very less, and for 5500 it is very high. So basically, this is an indicator of the magnitude of the data in terms of, and it is represented inside that cell. So how do we do it? We basically go to conditional formatting, and in the style section we can find data bar as an option. Okay, just give me a minute if I can check if I can show it. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just selecting this part, and this conditional formatting is in the home section over here. So you can see data bar is here. Okay. So I can select gradient fill or solid fill, and accordingly it will get shown. So now you have an idea what data bar is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So moving on to the next visual, that is the color scale is nothing but is the conditional formatting. So from here we can color code, and it is similar to something like the heat map. So when we are in the conditional formatting, there is an option to select color based on values. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so is the Excel screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
In the conditional, in the highlight cells rules, we can have some values based on. Uh, just a minute. Yeah, in the color scales we can do it. Based on some values, it will based on its value, it will keep on changing. So high values will have greater green. This is the RGB scale basically. The lowest will have red, highest will have green, and yellow will be in between. Okay. So this in this scale, the maximum, the least value will have more. The amount intensity of red is more in 3. So in 1 it is more than 3, and it is something like that. For yellow, the variations will keep on like changing. The basically it's based on your value that the range, the intensity of the color will change. So this is what color scale is all about.
Sir, can you please show where this color scale option is available? Is it in the
Just
home
a minute.
tab?
Just a minute. Just a minute. It's in the home tab. Is there in the conditional formatting section?
Okay, sir.
Just a minute. Is the Excel visible? See, there is something called color scales over here. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can find it from here. You can select the color range that you want to take, whether you want to go for red to green, or you want to come for red to blue, something like that, or you want to set your own rules. You can set it from here. You can select the color. The say I want to go for lowest, I will go for red, and for highest I'll go for say this one. So I can select it accordingly. I can even have 3 scale from here. So 3 scale means the neutral value will be say green. So this is how the scale will look like. So highest will have maximum red, lowest will have maximum red, highest will have maximum of this color, and the green will be at the middle point. So it will be something like this. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, spark lines are basically some graphics that summarize a row or column of the data in a single cell. So spark lines are useful for figuring out the time series data. It is used for analyzing win loss scenarios and all those kind of data. So you can I'm just showing it in an example in the visual itself. So these are some examples of spark lines. Okay. So is it visible? Is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can see that there is a win-loss kind of a situation where the positive instances and negative instances are seen in the single cell. This is what sparkline is. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So Excel camera tool is nothing but it is used for taking snapshots. So basically, if you have a visual, we can use that camera tool. We need to enable it, and then post that we can use it to take a snapshot of the visual that we want to use, and we can use that visual somewhere else. It's something like that. It's something similar to snipping tool itself. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now we'll move on to pivot table. So prior to getting into pivot table, can anyone explain what is a pivot table or a pivot chart? Is there anyone who knows what is a pivot table?
Transfer row to column.
Anyone else?
Sir, for arithmetic purpose or for analysis purpose, it will be very helpful. Like if we make a pivot table, then we will get all the fields in our hand, and whatever we want, we can drag and drop it in row and column section, and corresponding arithmetic operation we can easily do over here.
Okay, but what is it actually? You said that we using this we can do these things, but what does it
It's
actually look like?
it's a kind of summarized table, summary table.
Okay, okay. So basically, pivot table or pivot chart is a kind of something similar to what we did in Tableau. Do you remember that in Tableau there were rows, columns, values, and there are some sections like that where we were dragging and dropping each and every order attributes.
Yes, sir.
It is something similar to that. Okay, it's just that over there we were using it for visuals. Over here we will use it for some tables. Okay, so just a minute. Okay. So pivot table is basically it provides a powerful it is a powerful tool for distilling the complex data into meaningful information. So it allows you to create custom summaries and charts of key informations in the data. So pivot table can be used for quickly creating cross tabulations and drill down into large set of data in numerous ways. Okay, so this is how a pivot table looks like. Okay, just give me a minute. Is this still visible?
Yes, sir.
So I need to select the column, the data of which I need to populate in that pivot table, and then I will go to insert tab. Uh, just a minute. Then there is pivot table over here. We can click over here or directly click over here. It's all the same. I can select use an external data so or I can select this range, and then I can use an existing worksheet. I can mention the worksheet location, that is this worksheet, so which part I want to use, or else I can select a new worksheet. In that case, it will create a worksheet and create it over here. So you can see that there are all the attributes are here. It's something now you can relate it to Tableau's UI, right? The data UI of the Tableau, not the data, the tables from where we were visualizing it. Can you now relate it?
Yes, sir.
So I can use officials, say I'll be using officials in columns. Okay, official, professional, and technicians. And in rows, say I will be using total. So I can, this is how ideally we plot uh, due to the structure of the data. It has got a little bit like what should I say? It got a little bit. The data has the structure of the table has become a little bit haphazard because of the data that we are used is not ideal for this for the pivot table. So this is how we work on pivot tables. Now we can like as I was showing that we can bring in the pivot table in rows and values and columns, and based on that we can select filters as well. Uh, then and I have just shown how to create a pivot table. Now we'll move on to changing the value. So whenever just See over here in the value section, there are two values. One is the sum of profession and the sum of technician, right? Can you see this? The sum of technician written over here.
Yes, sir.
So we can change it. We can change it over here. Uh, in the value field settings, we can rename it if we wish to, uh, and we can select the column, select what we need to do from here. We can select the sum, we can select count, we can select average. Okay, so I'm taking average of technicians. So it has changed.
Sir, can you please repeat this part once again of value? How do you select the average or sum?
Just a minute, just a minute. Let me just share it once again. Yeah. So now, whenever we are dragging these values into the corresponding cells, in the columns we are taking, so it is coming in value section as well. So when I got the technician in the column section, average, sorry, I have the sum of professionals and the average of technicians out here. So say I don't want to take the average of technicians, what will I do? I'll just simply click it over here. Okay, and I will find there is an option. There is an option called value field settings. So I need to click over there. The moment I click on value field settings, I'll get this pop up. From here, we can rename the custom name. We can select what we want to select. We can select sum, we can select count, and there are a number of other operations that are there. So we can select it from here. We can select product, and we can select OK. The moment I'm selecting OK, so it has got changed. Now you can see that the value is the product of technicians. By default, it takes sum of technicians. For count, for any kind of integer values, by default, sum is taken. Okay, and it is same for over here, and it is same for all the business analytics, business intelligence tools out here. So it is not only pivot table, but also in Power BI and Tableau, the same thing happens. Whenever you are working on an integer value, it is working as a sum. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, moving on to modifying pivot tables. So if I want to change the pivot table, we can just directly uncheck the items or drag and drop and make modifications. So just if you remember that I just let me just repeat it once. I created this pivot table, right? I have taken officials, professional and technician. Okay, the officials that is here in the column name. I've just closed it. See, it is gone. So now I can just remove the professional. I'm removing the technicians part out here. I'll just unchecking it. Only the unchecking will do. And then you can again drag and drop where you want to put things. Did you get it? Is it clear? How we can edit values in a pivot table? Any confusions? Is there any confusions? Should we move on?
Sir, can you give us a kind of assignments on this so that we can try on our own and then get back to you so that we
Okay, so what I recommend is basically I'll be uploading the video today itself in the evening. Okay, after say at around 4 o'clock you will get the video link. So the moment you get the video link, I will recommend everyone to just go through the video and repeat everything that I have done. So you can change different numbers and come up with different kind of visuals and explore all the visuals that we have discussed. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. Using pivot table and report filter. So filter works for filtering the data. So once we have made this table, have everyone worked on filter of Excel before? Has anyone worked with filter of Excel before?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What does it do?
So the values which we generally want, it we can put that values, and the values which we don't want, we can exclude the values, and we can proceed on with the functions we want to perform with the
Yes,
required
exactly.
values which we
So
want.
the same thing happens when we are using a filter in a pivot table. So pivot table is nothing but an Excel table. So whenever if we put some filter in the filter section, if I put an attribute, so based on that attribute we can filter the entire Excel. I mean entire pivot table. Okay. See if you can see this image, okay, and I will recommend that I will be sharing this PPT as well, so you can also refer to the data provided in the PPT while making those visuals. So the visuals will be more useful, like it will be more like relevant. The data will come as more relevant, so you can dig into it in more depth, because we just used one example, one just the department and the name and the gender thing, so all the visuals were not coming as it should be. So if you do use the reference of the the tables in this PPT, the visuals will be better when you practice. So as you can see that in this image, as you can see that there is a filter of payment. So over here there is a uh, over here at the top there is a payment filter where we can see all. So based on this filter, we can filter the entire pivot table. Okay, just a minute. Uh, Say I'm taking sales. Is the Excel visible? Can you see that this is the Excel visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you see that there is the whenever I put this sales in the filter section, it has come at the top. Now I can filter all my data in this table based on this filter. So if I say 200, so 200 is basically the sales of I think the women, and 600 was for men. So based on this value, I can change the. Ideally, it will be category. So over here, these were numbers. That's why this visual is like that. So 600 is basically taking all the men's data from here, and 200 is taking the data corresponding to the women's section. So likewise, we can filter. Is it clear? Is the concept of filter clear? Anyways, pivot chart is basically nothing but it is a visualization of pivot table. So in order to convert a table into a chart, what we need to do is basically we need to click on that pivot table, and in the analyze tab we'll find pivot chart. We'll just need to select it. This is how the pivot chart looks like. And in order to create a dashboard, we'll get on the slicer in a minute. In order to create a pivot table dashboard, we need to create multiple pivot charts, and based on that, we can directly take the with the help of camera, that is the camera tool of Excel. We can take a snap of the entire pivot chart. I mean the pivot table and the pivot chart. Everything is summing up into a single dashboard. We can make this using the Excel camera tool. So now moving on to slicers. Anyone know? Can anyone explain what is a slicer? Because slicer we have already discussed in Tableau. Can anyone tell me what is a slicer? What is a slicer? What is the functionality of a slicer?
Sir, it will slice out a particular part of the data.
It is not data mining. Slicer was there in Tableau. Use the data visualization concepts. Yes, you are somewhere clear, but I need the more detailed information of that slicer. Can anyone add on something to it? Like she missed the kind of one key point in terms of visualization. She couldn't explain. She explained it on the broader overview. So can anyone elaborate on this?
Sir, kind of another thing beside the graph, suppose we want to see only three categories, then we can select from the slicer only three. Not suppose there are 5 categories in a graph. I want to see three
Okay.
categories. With the
Okay.
help of slicer, I can select only 3 categories which I want to see in the graph.
Yes,
Filter in
exactly.
table and slicer for graph.
Exactly. So slicer basically works as a filter across multiple visuals. So Excel slicer tool, so slicer was there in Tableau as well. It is also present in Excel. So in order to use slicer for a pivot table, what we need to do, we need to click on the pivot table and select insert slicer from the analyze tab and use pivot tools. Use a slicer for filtering the data. So I'll just show it in brief. Just let me unselect that. Okay. So now insert slicer over here. It is supposed to be an analyze tab, but unfortunately due to the my Excel is a bit backdated, that's why you are getting it somewhere else. So this is basically a slicer. So now I can can you just see the difference? Is the functionality of slicer clear?
Yes, sir. Can you repeat, sir?
Sorry,
Sir, not clear, sir. Slicer.
just a minute. Okay, so firstly, in order to insert slicer, what we need to do is we need to go to the option section. There will be option for insert slicer. Now which slicer I need to insert? I need to insert officials. So I click on OK. All the values of officials are here. So if I click on 3500, only it is filtered to only 3500's value. If I click on 7000, it is taking only that value. And if I want to select remove that filtration, I just need to click over here. So this is what the slicer is. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's based on the number of values there in the category or number of categories I am selecting. You can filter out. So this is how slicers work. It's
So
something
basically,
similar
the
to
slicer is going to take the total values, right?
yes. Slicer is basically going to take if say I am taking gender. If I could have got that gender as a category in slicer, then it would have had male and female. So you can select I mean men and women. Over here it was men and women. So you can select on men, then only will get the relevant data based on men. If I select on women, I'll get only the filters based on women. If I select both of them, I'll get all. It's a kind of a filtration of the entire visualization. All the visuals in that table can get filtered based on those slicers.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can relate to in the previous lecture we had one dashboard in the dashboard at the right hand side there was a slicer. When I was ticking on each and every column, all the other visuals were changing. So slicer is that one. Over here, we can use slicer for selecting the each and every category which I want to represent in the visualizations. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll be sending that Google form in a minute, so that you can work on the attendance part, and I'll be sharing all the PPTs that are left by today evening itself, and this PPT will be shared in a couple of minutes. So you can just go through the PPT, and you all can start practicing all the items that we have discussed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'll recommend
sir.
everyone to go through the visuals today itself, because either or else you will just miss out. Okay.
Okay, sir.